Hey, this is Israel from IsraelNavarro.com. So thank you for joining me live, and as well as thank you for joining me on replay. If you're watching this on replay, give me a shout out. Let me know from where you're watching, country, city, state, universe, you name it. I'm going to give you guys a shout out. Now, the most important lessons from rejection. Believe it or not, in business, just in life, you will be rejected. You'll be rejected from a job. You'll be rejected when you present someone an opportunity for them. And you'll be rejected when you go after someone in life as a partner. It happens to all of us. I've been rejected. Been rejected professionally and personally. It's something we all have to live with. It's an experience we all have to go through. Because I feel like if we don't go through these experiences, I feel like we're not living. So one of the things I'm going to give you guys today, 7 points you should take as a lesson, as notes, for you guys don't feel that rejection is a bad thing. You can see rejection as a positive thing, because rejection for over the last 20 years, last 100 years, whatever you want to think of it, has become such a negative word, such a negative feeling, such a negative reaction, that is how we see the word, when we should actually sit there and take a second and realize how positive it is in our lives. So right here, I'm going to show you guys the first tip I want you guys to know. That is, rejection is never personal. Yes. Well, you're like talking, someone right now is probably watching this. They got their heart broken, but they're like, he just rejected me. She just rejected me. And in business, you're like, but these people just rejected me. It's me. No, it has nothing to do with you. That is the first thing I want you guys to realize. And nothing has to, nothing has to do with you. Believe it or not. It's an amazing thing to say, but it's 100% true. Nothing has to do with you. A no does not mean it's the end of the day. It doesn't mean you will never find love. It doesn't mean that you'll never take your business off to the next level. It doesn't mean that, because that one no could open the journey for you to pick yourself back up and get 100 yes. It's something we have to realize. It's something we have to do. It's something we have to take. And that is 100% something we should take into notification. Now, here's the second tip. Let me know if you're liking this. Give me thumbs up. Give me the okay sign. Give me hearts. Whatever it is you guys like, let me know. Or if you guys are liking this tip right now. Now, tip number 2, rejection is not about me. Yes, just like number 1, rejection is not about me. You know why? Because believe it or not, your parents have been rejected. Yes, your mom probably was attracted to someone else and they rejected her. Your dad was attracted to someone else and they rejected him. Probably your parents, their part of their love story was that your mom was rejecting your father this whole time. Just imagine that. But look at this. Your father didn't give up. He's your dad nowadays. Your mom didn't give up. Now she's your mom. So those are things you got to take, that it happens to everyone, and sometimes our parents are the most perfect example. Sometimes our grandparents, it's just stuff like that. Though, like, people around us have had rejection, and then we see the successful love life they have, the successful business they had. It's amazing. You know how many times Colonel Sanders was rejected until he was basically a senior citizen. They loved his idea of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just think of that, Colonel Sanders. Kentucky Fried Chicken, how many times that was rejected, and now it's here. How many of you guys love Starbucks? How many times they rejected that idea? Now, look at all the Starbucks we have around the world. It's part of everything in life. Rejection is everything, so it's not about me. Give me a thumbs up if you like this point number 2. Number 3, rejection. If you want to look at it as our past is a part of our future. Yes, believe it or not, because we've been rejected by someone, look at what that has done, is taken us to a different path. It has given us a different mindset. It has motivated us. It has driven us. It has focused us. It has motivated us to push us into getting to the future we want. Yes, the reason where we are and where we're going is because of rejection. Because we got rejected by the school of medical school. Now I went to another medical school and I'm going to prove that I was the best student in that medical school. I got rejected by this girl. Well, now I'm going to be more determined to go get a girl 20 times more attractive. I got rejected in this business. I'm going to prove my business is successful. That is something we do. Believe it or not, while we're sitting there, we're like, rejection drives us. It is what drives us and sometimes pushes us to go into a path in our future. That is the power of rejection. Now, number 4, and this is another tip I want. Not everyone we lose is a loss. Yes. People sometimes think because friendships end, because relationships end, because of all these things, or jobs we lost, all these things, is no. I want you to realize something. People that come into your life for 5 years, 10 years, a year, a few days, came into your life at that specific moment, at that specific time, because they had to teach you a lesson. Yes, everyone that's in your life, your mom, your dad, your siblings, your partner, your business partner, your co-workers, every one of them is in your life because at that moment, you needed a lesson from them. At that moment, they needed to teach you something that was going to build you and make you a better person. At that moment, they were going to motivate you and push you into the path of where you're going to today. In that moment, you didn't lose them. They're not gone, but you don't need them 24/7. That you just needed them at that moment, now you don't. That is the beautiful thing you got to realize. So that's going to bring me to this tip number 5, and that is just because a relationship ends, yes, when a relationship ends with your partner, with your business partner, doesn't mean it ended. Because sometimes as long as you build those relationships with friendships, trust, and respect, they'll always be there. Now, I'm not saying that you become best friends with your ex-boyfriends, with your ex-girlfriend. No, I'm not saying that. But if there is a relationship of respect and trust, when you see that person in public, they're going to greet you. They're going to be very nice and respectful to you. And it's the same thing with a friendship. Like someone is your friend, a coworker. You guys build that bond. You build that relationship. As long as you put the principle of respect and trust in that relationship, no matter where you see them in the street, they will always be there with you. And if you have a flat tire, you're going to see them pull over and they're going to help you out. That is the most beautiful thing, is when you build these relationships with trust and respect, you're going to be able to, even though they're not present in your life, even though it has completely ended, but that means in 5 years down the road, you see that person, that respect and that trust with that person is still there. And that is something very beautiful and something we should take into consideration. Absolutely. Now, tip number 6. All these rejections, we can look at them at an emotional level, are like scars. But like scars on your body, but these are scars emotionally. They have driven a pain in your heart. They have driven things like this. Now, I'm going to share something very personal. I know someone. He's currently in Mexico. He was rejected at 12 years old. Very sad thing. He was rejected. He supposedly bought her a Disneyland for, I think, something to do with Frozen or something like that. But he was completely rejected in his face, heartbroken. And let me tell you something. He doesn't celebrate that rejection. Because of that rejection, he stays scared. Now, it's his way of processing. It's his, it sucks. I like, sometimes I see him talking and I'm like, yo, dude, like, move on, man. There's better women out there. But he's got stuck on that moment. And then that has carried over into his adulthood. He hasn't seen that one pillar moment in his life has froze him from achieving his true potential, achieving a relationship that would have been 20 times more healthier than this girl. It has closed so many doors because he's afraid of that, because that one heartbreaking rejection, like basically at 12 years old, he's lost so much. And this is what you got to understand. All these rejections, even though they hurt, they sting. It's a part of our journey. It's a part of us being human. It is a part of life. If you go through life never being rejection, it is because you're dead. as the best way I can put it. You're dead or you don't exist. You have to get it rejected. You have to get your heart broken. You have to take these injuries. But this is what you have to understand. You got to be grateful that it happened. That's something I have been learning. At times I take a rejection. I'm like, oh, screw you. But I'm learning, be grateful. Because maybe you weren't a positive for that person's life, or they weren't positive for your life, and magically life, the universe, God, whatever you want to believe in, has taken that out of you, has taken it away from your path. It has taken you from your true potential, where you can just sit there and now celebrate. Sometimes I laugh when I realize how many times I've been rejected on a professional and a personal level. I sit there and laugh now because I'm like, you know what? That's great. Because I didn't need those people in my journey. My success is gonna be so much bigger than what they thought, what they saw of me. And it just makes me happier and it makes me feel good. I realize I gotta be grateful. Have that gratitude in my life is more powerful than just feeling bad about myself. Now, just imagine this person in Mexico that I know who was rejected just at 12 years old. Imagine he would have been like, wow, I'm really grateful. This girl, if I was with this girl, I wouldn't be experiencing what I'm experiencing here today. Wow, I'm not with this girl. You know what? I am happy she's living her life. I am happy living my life. I'm grateful that she was there in that moment. But you know what? I've gone on to better things. And I'm just grateful for everything because I can see more from there. Just imagine that if he took that approach, a lot of things in his life would continue changing. A lot of things the way he walks him would change. Everything would change. And it's something I'm doing. And because I'm becoming a lot more grateful for things happening in my life, especially in the form of rejection, it has given me more motivations. I have felt more positive. I feel more excited. I feel more energy. I just feel much more happier because of it. So that is something I want you guys to do. And number 7, the final tip I want you guys to know. Let me know if you guys are liking this video. Put that in the comment section below. Give it likes, share, recommend this video as well. But here is the 7th tip. There is no guilt. There is no shame. And why am I saying that? It is because we all go through it. And it shouldn't bother you. You got rejected because you asked a girl to prom? Don't feel embarrassed. You rejected because you asked that guy out and he said no? Don't feel embarrassed. You presented your business and people said no? Don't feel embarrassed. You have been rejected by your coworkers? Don't feel embarrassed. You're not the first one. You're not the final one. You won't be the last person in human history to go through it. So live your life. Be happy. Do not resist because of a past rejection. Actually, go through the hurdle, go through that pain, because once you overcome the rejection, at the end of the night, life is going to be 100% better. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you guys are interested in growing, especially your business on Instagram, in the link in the comment section below, or in the link in my bio here on Instagram, you will 100% go on to my website. You fill in your name, your emails, and you'll start to figure out how to stop getting rejected on social media, especially on Instagram. And you as well can start growing a multi-million-dollar business on Instagram. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless you. And see you guys very soon on another live video.